I'm Angel Shaver, Stampin Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas, and today we are doing card 3 in our online card class featuring the Painted Harvest stamp set. We grab that stamp set for you. This is the one we're using right now, and today we are going to be creating this card. And so I'm going to flip the camera down and we will get started. I'm trying to figure out which way everything is. Okay. So I'm going to put my card over here to use for reference. And for those of you who ordered the card kits, you will want to get out the kit with the early Espresso card base and the several layers of different color cardstock. This early Espresso was cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut in half hamburger style, which makes it 5.5 by 8.5. So when you folded, it's 5.5 by 4.25 inches. And we are going to leave that out because what we have a lot of today is, actually, we are not going to lay that out yet. I also have the inside layer of the card cut at 5.25 by 4 inches, and we're going to stamp on this in just a minute. And then I have 3 layers for the outside of the card. This is pumpkin pie, and it's the same thing, 5.5 by 4. And then lemon lime twist, which is about 1/4 inch smaller, followed by the final crumb cake layer, which is about 1/4 to 1.5 inch smaller than that. So I'm going to trim up these funny little fraying pieces I see. I'm actually going to pull out my trimmer. And just take a smidgen. Can't take much because I've got those other layers to get on. But I'll take a smidgen off the pumpkin pie. And then we'll see how everything else works. Get rid of those little fraying edges. All right. Let me just line up. Yep, the lemon lime will still work on there. So we will take some Tombow. I'm trying to get my workspace where you can see what I'm doing. Take some Tombow and get that on here. And then not sure what's going on. Maybe I could only make short videos or something, but I'm going to do my best here. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the early Espresso ink right on the Designer Series paper, and then I'm going to stamp an acorn. There's the acorn top, ran away from me. And the early Espresso, the base of the acorn in the early Espresso at the end of the sentiment, and also in a couple of places on the crumb cake. Okay. We will attach that in a moment. Actually, we're going to go back and add in some acorn tops here in a minute. Put the early espresso away. And then we're adding soft suede acorn. This is Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas. And this is part 3 of this painted harvest card. Just to refresh your memory, although you saw it 2 seconds ago, this is the card that we are working on completing today. And I'm going to turn you down and we're going to finish it up. Okay, so far we have the card base and we have attached 2 of the layers on top of the card base. And we've taken the top layer of the card front and added 2 strips of the DSP and stamped 2 of the acorn bottoms. Then we have the 3rd strip of DSP along with an acorn bottom. So we are now going to stamp the acorn tops, and we are using soft suede. Okay, let's see if I can get that lined up. Yeah, not exactly. I'm going to try one more time. That one's going to be a funny looking acorn, but there it is. That's lined up better. I just dropped my stamp. I do that a lot. Where did it go? Alright, here it is. I'd leave it there if I didn't still need it. But we have a couple more acorns to complete. Flip this around so I can see it. And then the last one. And then I think we're going to put some acorns on the card inside as well. I'm going to pull back out the early espresso ink to do the bottom of the acorns with. And I'm just going to do a couple sort of together in one corner of the card inside. Alright. And now I am going to close this up because we're done with the early espresso and use the soft suede to get those tops on those acorns. Okay, close up the soft suede. So I think we're finished stamping for this card. And I'm going to grab some dimensionals, and that is how we are going to attach the sentiment DSP strip to the front of the card. I'll get that right there. so that it's covering part of each of the other Designer Series paper strips, and it's popped up with dimensionals. And then we will put some of the multi-purpose liquid glue on the back, and we will get it. Okay, let me grab the other one. That one's about out. We will get it attached to the front of the card. Always make sure that you are putting it the right direction. I'm notorious for attaching things upside down. So there we have it, the right direction, and then we will put some of the Tango multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of the card inside and attach that. There we have the interior of the card. So here is the card we made this week with the painted harvest stamp set. Just use the acorns and one sentiment. I will see you next week. Bye.